I have been selling this book, Zanazli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking, which is published by MPH for a while now. It's a really good book if you want to be a filmmaker, whether it's for YouTube, social media, TV, film, cinema, whatever. This is the book to get. I'm going to make it more accessible and more affordable to all of you because I believe that everybody needs to become a filmmaker. The more filmmakers we have in the world, I think this world will be a better place to live in. Now it's available as an electronic book download on my website. I'm going to link it here. It's really cheap, it's really affordable. It's only 5 ringgit if you want to get the ebook version. Okay, 5 ringgit. It doesn't really cost much, right? It's just a little bit of something for me. I mean, it did take a lot of work to write. Each chapter of this book talks about one part of the filmmaking process. And for each chapter as well, I interview a local filmmaker. It's only 5 ringgit. It's only 5 ringgit. Okay, you're watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club, and I'm assuming I'm Zanazli.
And I'm Shah.
Every week or every other week, we watch a local film and we review it. And this week we're watching a local film and we're reviewing it. What's the film called? Rahsia. Okay, so we watched Rahsia.
Yeah.
Okay, Rahsia, directed by Shamil Osman, written by Alfie Palemo.
Wow. Which is a remake of Shamil's father's film,
Osman
Rahsia.
Hasham. Osman Hasham, as we know, was the creator of and director of Pimai Pimai Tang Tu. I mean, I grew up watching Pimai Pimai Tang Tu, you know. One of the first, earliest sitcoms in Malaysia, produced in Malaysia. Lots of racial problems. Now, if you watch it, it's kind of like Friends, you know, you watch it now, it's like, what? Why are they all white?
Did not age well.
Yeah. But hey, Pimai Pimai Tang Tu was the thing back in the day. I don't remember watching Rahsia back then though. I actually don't even remember a movie called Rahsia. I'm sorry. I remember Rumah Puaka lah and Toyo lah and all that, right? Sundal Bolong. Sundal Bolong is Indonesian. But I never remember Rahsia. So what was the film about?
Okay, so the film is basically about this woman, Ramlah, who goes back to her family home lah, to celebrate her father's birthday with her husband, who is apparently like this. He's not really a bum, he's just not super successful lah. He seems like a kind of average man.
He's a lecturer.
Goes from like job to job or whatever.
He's a lecturer who's trying to start businesses.
Something like that lah. And she has 2 kids.
Yeah.
So she goes back to her father's house for his birthday, and apparently her mother has left them. So she's got like all these mommy issues
when she was small lah.
So she's got all these mommy issues about her mother being gone and stuff. So she apparently is like very highly educated, but then chose to be a housewife. So there's all these like little, I guess, micro conflicts and nuances, and then shit starts to happen. Her son disappears during a picnic on a beach.
Some supernatural being like lured him to the middle of the sea or something like that.
At the same time, her father has a stroke, and then shit really starts to fucking go down.
She starts to get haunted lah. Actually, only she gets haunted by it, right?
Her daughter also.
There's nothing much we can say about the story without actually spoiling it.
Yeah, basically shit goes down, and yeah. So what do we think of the film?
Look, if there's anything that is going to like cement the fact that Shamil Osman is a good director, it's going to be this film. Oh my god, this film is a good film. You know, you put together Shamil's control for directing the film and Alfie Palemo's sensibilities of storytelling and writing a script. Oh my god! It's a really good film.
It was fucking scary, okay? It was fucking scary. I And it was so recently, like when we review horror films, I can sometimes watch it already because it's not actually scary, it's like bullshit. But this was like scary. It was a little bit loud. It was a little bit loud, but I think the timing and the precision of it was great. I think the hantu parts also, from what I saw through my fingers, because my eyes were closed, were actually not so like jump scary.
Oh, I wanted to say there's a lot of jump scares.
I felt like
it was
quite, I don't know, I thought the timing and precision of it was great.
Timing was great.
There was a lot of built up moments where they build up the tension. Like she's going through the house, right, and you know something is gonna happen, but the tension just builds and builds and builds, and then when it finally happens, you're like basically terrified already.
It's a very
oh my god!
I don't know if it's Shamil or Alfie or all of them together. You know, it's a very Hitchcockian thing. The way they build the tension is like Hitchcock. You know, with the birds. You know the sound of the birds? They had sound of birds like Hitchcock.
They had many kinds of sounds.
Yeah,
all of which was scary.
So yeah, like they build a scene with birds dying, and then after that, throughout the movie, you hear birds, and then you're like, oh.
It's very stressful.
It's good.
It's very stressful. I was on edge the entire time. Kind of could already see how it was gonna end in a way, but it wasn't so like cliche that you knew lah that was gonna happen. There's a bit of foreshadowing, but not so much. And then in a way also, it's like it was still could be this ending or could not. So it really took me on a ride lah.
Yeah.
It was like going on a roller coaster. It was a real very thrilling experience.
There is a lot of it really tells. This is a Malaysian horror story. It's a very Malaysian horror story.
Yeah.
Now the last horror movie we reviewed was the
Jerunai,
Sumpahan Jerunai, which like took a Melanau Sarawak culture they brought into the forefront to tell a horror story, right, which we don't normally get. Now Shamil with Rahsia and Alfie, they're taking a very classic way of Malaysian horror storytelling, like from the 80s, where yes, there is a little bit of Malay, black magic, sihir, bomo, mysticism there. There's a little bit of religion, but not a preachy kind of, not like the Shamsul Yusof kind of horror munafik crap. Right? You're not preaching any like, oh, you bertegur dengan Islam then you're okay. No shit like that. Right? It's just there, you know, it's very Malaysian. It shows all the local culture of, you know, being afraid of mysticism,
cronyism,
corruption.
So it's really Malay. It's really Malay.
So
it is a remake of a 80s film, so I guess
that's why you have that.
Nuances are there.
And we all know that in the 80s, the horror films done were great. You know, they were not trying to copy like, you know, like Western horror. There was no like trying to copy The Exorcist or Poltergeist or Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, but it's Malaysian. It's Malaysian. You know what I mean? Because from last time also we know they were telling horror stories of kena rasuk and all that, bawa ke alam roh, you know, which is great. And then you have these rich people who want to get richer, and then they use the Mona Fendi kind of thing, you know, black magic to gain power.
Yeah, I loved it. I think it was very well done. It was really scary. It had a very good story. Not sure if it's because it's a remake or because, but even though if it's a remake, you can remake it badly, but this was really well done. It can really just stand alone as an independent film also. One thing this is nothing to do with the film lah, but something I kind of thought about when I was watching it. There's a scene where, what I really liked about it was they didn't need an ustad to save them.
They didn't need an ustad to save them, okay?
It is not really a spoiler,
and all that,
but
right?
Basically they kind of
They saved themselves.
They saved themselves. And when I was watching it, I realized if I were to have to rely on my children to baca surah to save me, I would definitely
Alithia can. Remember we go to the
just read Al-Fatiha the whole way lah, but that's it lah. So hopefully that will be enough. But other than that, I'm confirmed gonna kena rasuk and die already lah.
It kind of like destroys the hierarchy system of religion, you know, where you need to have somebody who's knowledgeable person to save you. No, they had. She wanted to call an ustad, remember, but they called this lady. But who's just total crap. You know, who was just out there to
in the end also kind of like doesn't.
You know, so you save yourself. You know?
I really like that messaging. You know, I really like the message of like, you know, as long as you stay together, as a family unit, there is salvation. So that was really beautiful. I thought it was
family thing was great, right?
Yeah, the family thing was great. It was a very, and then the ending also was, I think it was all very beautiful lah. It was very beautifully done. The messaging is beautiful. Everything kind of resonates. We can't really say too much about it because then we'll spoil it. So because we want to tell you to go watch this film. Right?
Right.
Yes.
So go watch this film. You must watch this film.
You must watch this
film. It just came out yesterday.
Yesterday.
You must go watch it. It's great. It's entertaining. I wasn't scared. I'm never scared at horror movies.
Scared. I was really, really, really scared.
But it was good.
And
you can be scared.
Asshole, before we went to sleep, decided to talk about the film again. So I went to bed also scared. Anyway.
Now,
watch this film.
The best cameo has to be Amir Muhammad as one of the jinns. Because Amir Muhammad, you're a bloody jinn.
Patai jinn.
But no, I mean, congratulations, Shamil. Congratulations, Alfie.
Shamil.
Nabila Huda was acting great.
This is Nabila Huda's best performance yet. So I think if you watched our previous reviews, we're like kind of hit and miss with Nabila Huda. Sometimes we like her, sometimes we don't like her. Most of the time we don't. She doesn't fit the roles that she's playing. But this one, her performance was amazing. I thought it was her best performance yet that I've seen. It was just done so well. It was great. She tends to be, for me, a little bit over the top in the way that she acts, but this one she was not. She was just, it was great.
Shamil reined her in, is it?
Excellent performance.
I was very happy to see Eman Manan.
Excellent performance.
I was very happy to see Eman Manan. Eman Manan was one of the, to me, one of the great Malay actors out there.
Yeah.
I love watching him act. And when he got that stroke and he couldn't talk and all that, his facial expressions in the hospital bed.
It's perfect.
Oh, yeah, I enjoyed
that.
Susan Lancaster's cameo.
It was nice to see her on the big screen.
Yeah, I mean, I also grew up watching Susan Lancaster, right? With the legacy of Osman Hafshab, with Susan Lancaster and all that.
It's
great.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's just so much. It's just wonderful.
Go watch it.
So go
and watch it. It's great.
Yeah. So like this video. Don't like this video.
Subscribe to this YouTube channel. We're gonna have a lot of exciting things happening on our YouTube channel and on fatbidin.com. So make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms at fatbidin. Go to fatbidin.com to get everything. You've been watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Shoaib Ustawan.